Whichever logo this filter lands on, we're gonna give it a holiday redesign. Okay, Lowe's. All right, let's go.
All right, so basically I'm thinking we just change this one to be the word bows instead of Lowe's. I want to definitely change this blue color to like maybe a deep green, and then kind of make it look like this logo is a present that's been wrapped with a big bow. Okay, so the first step is going to be to grab some of the letters I need, and I'm basically going to use this W to also be a makeshift B. All right, now that I made my font, I can move it back into place. And I definitely don't want to keep this blue, so I'm going to change it to a deep green. Okay, now I'm going to make a couple rectangles and then angle them so that they look like this. And I'm going to trim off the excess. All right, now I'm going to draw some bow shapes. So get that part there in the middle and then also add on the big bows. This is looking so cute. Lastly, I just want to add on a couple little ribbons here and there, and here is the final result.
Honestly, this one was almost too easy of a redesign and name change, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, we're gonna give it a holiday redesign. Okay, what's it gonna be? White Castle, okay.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is we rename it White Christmas, and maybe I can find a little bit more of a Christmassy font than this. And then in the background, because the shape is kind of like pointy, I'm thinking I make it look similar in style, but look like a Christmas tree. I'm gonna go ahead and down the opacity on that original layer and then working off of this one. And I've got this drawing guide turned on, so whatever I draw on the one side, I also draw on the other. So I want to kind of mimic this shape, but then draw it like it's like pieces of a Christmas tree. Okay, I'm really happy with how this is looking. Now I'm going to go ahead and add on a trunk. I'm going to go ahead and color the left side green, and then we can work on the font. I found this font called Home Christmas I really like, so I'm going to type out White Christmas. I want to take this little yellow piece right there and add it into mine. Lastly, I just need to add a white outline around everything to match the original, and here is the final result.
Honestly, the name change on this one is what makes it, but I think my illustration really took it over the top. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, we're gonna give it a holiday redesign. Okay, Nesquik. All right, let's go.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is we find some kind of similar font to this, but maybe we can make it look like it's made of like candy canes or something and make this say Saint Nick instead of Nesquik, and then we just basically change the bunny and give him features very similar to Santa Claus, like a Santa hat. Oh, and I want to change this to red and green. Okay, got those colors changed. Now I'm gonna type in Saint Nick. Here's how that looks all colored in. Now I'm gonna skew it like the original logo. Now I wanna make the bunny look like Santa Claus, so I'm gonna just start by drawing on some details like a little Santa hat and color that in. I added on a collar too, and lastly I'm just gonna add some shading to make it match the rest of the art style, and here is the final result.
I love any opportunity when I get to change a mascot and make them be some kind of Christmas theme, and the name just works so perfectly. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, we're gonna give it a holiday redesign. Okay, what's it gonna be? Pizza Hut, okay.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is we name it Chestnut, and then find some kind of like Christmassy font to replace this one. And then instead of the hut, I'm hoping I can make this look kind of like a chestnut, but I don't know. We'll just have to see what I can come up with. I've been using this font called King Things a lot, but I just really like it. So I'm gonna type out chest and nut. All right, here's how that's looking, and I'm just gonna put it into place. Okay, I've got some chestnuts for reference. So taking the pen tool, I'm just gonna attempt to kind of recreate the shape of one of them. Okay, there's my chestnut. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more details to it. Finally, add in those little rounded lines, and here is the final result.
Honestly, I just hope that you can tell that this is a chestnut, but I love the font we picked and the pun. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, we're gonna give it a holiday redesign. Okay, Top Golf. All right, let's go.
Okay, we can't have a name like this and not call it Rudolph. So I need to figure out whatever font this is and make that say Rudolph. And then I'm thinking for this, instead of a target right here, we could have a little Rudolph nose and face and maybe like one antler and put the little flag on top of Rudolph's red nose. So my first step is going to be to get rid of everything within this little shield, but I am going to keep the flag for later. I do think I'm going to go ahead and turn this shield like a deep brown, so that way I can start drawing in the little shape of the reindeer head. All right, so this is what I've got. Now I'm going to add on Rudolph's iconic red nose. I also want to add in an antler here. And I'm going to bring back the flag and put it on top of his nose. Okay, I found the exact font, so I'm going to go ahead and type out Rudolph. Lastly, I'm going to turn it red, and here is the final result.
Honestly, the name for this one just worked out so perfect with Rudolph. I'm still not too sold on the exact design I came up with, but I do think it's pretty clever. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, we're gonna give it a holiday redesign. What are we gonna get? Walmart. All right, let's go.
Okay, basically what I'm thinking is we rename it Star Marked, and then I kind of want to rearrange it a little bit so that this is below the logo itself, and then make it look like this is the star on top of a Christmas tree. I think it'd be cool if we could use these existing shapes in here to kind of build out the tree and the trunk. So I'm going to start by trying to find the Walmart font. Okay, apparently it's just Myriad Pro. So I got the S down there, and then I want to bring in the T and the AR. Now we can connect it with the mark part. Okay, so now that I have that, I am gonna rearrange it a little bit so that Star Mark is on the top and then the star lives right underneath it. Okay, to create the tree part, I'm gonna take elements from the original one, but then obviously we need to turn them to be some kind of green color, like something like this. Then we need to duplicate them and obviously make them bigger as they go down. All right, lastly, I am gonna take this one right there, and turn it brown, and then move it down as the trunk. Turn the word Star Mark red, and here is the final result.
I have seen Walmart actually change their logo this year to be kind of a Christmas wrapping little thing. Honestly, I don't know why they wouldn't make it be a star on top of a Christmas tree. This looks so cute. I also like what we achieved by using some of the similar shapes that are in the star already to form that Christmas tree. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, we're gonna give it a holiday redesign. Okay, Yelp. All right, let's go.
Okay, so what I'm thinking for this one is we change the name to be Elf, and then each of these little triangles we make look like a little elf hat. Okay, a lot of elf hats are red and green. So what I'm gonna start by doing is duplicating the Yelp logo and turning all of those green. I did go ahead and save the red from them. So then I just need to come around the bottom with a red and add on these little pointy details to each of them. I'm getting a little scared. They do kind of look like either candy corns or Frankensteins right now, but I'm gonna trust the process. All right, now I'm gonna add on little jingle bells to the top of each of these, and then I'm also thinking I might add really tiny ones to each of these little points. Yeah, that's working. Okay, the last step is I'm just gonna add little tiny elf ears to each of these. Okay, they're still looking a little candy cornish, so I am gonna just go ahead and like reshape these a little bit just to make them look a tiny bit more organic. Lastly, we just have to remove the E and the L from Yelp, add in an F, and here is the final result.
Honestly, this one is pretty simple, but I love all the little tiny elf hats with the ears. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, I'm gonna give it a New Year's redesign. What are we gonna get? Pepsi, okay.
Okay, what I'm thinking is since it's kind of a circular shape, we take out the word Pepsi and we make this shape be the 0 in a pair of 2025 glasses. So I think I'm just gonna need to find a pair of glasses that I like, a font that I like, and add in the 2 and then a 2 and a 5 and maybe a pair of like, I don't even know what those are called. The little handles that hold the glasses on your head. I found these that I really like, so I'm just gonna move the Pepsi logo into the O and just mask out the word Pepsi. I found a font I really like for the letters, so I'm just gonna move those into place. Now I need to draw out the little holders for the glasses, so I'm just gonna do it in the same font colors, not font, the same colors as the Pepsi logo. So I'm gonna make that one be red and then the other one be blue. I'm gonna do all that, and here's the final, not yet. I actually wanna bring back in that Pepsi logo because this just looks a little bit weird. So I'm gonna bring that in, and here's the final result.
Honestly, this one is a little bit out there, but I like the concept of doing it with the glasses, especially because I make a series every year where I compare and rate all of the glasses that are available for that year. So I'm excited that I got to incorporate two things in one video. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logo this filter lands on, I'm gonna give it a New Year's redesign. Okay, blow pop. All right, let's go.
Okay, so my thought for this is to basically change it to ball drop. I think I'll try to get rid of some of these things here and then make it look like it's more in the style of the New Year's ball, but then make it look like it's dropping down the stick of a sucker. So the first step is to erase anything I don't need, including the letters. I did save a couple of them so that I can change this to be ball and drop. Also, if you're wondering what I watch while I edit these, it's definitely the summoning salt videos. Honestly, I feel like the easiest way to recreate this is gonna be just drawing these bubble letters by hand. So I'm doing that in Procreate. It might be hard to see, but I'm just adding in this kind of blue shadow that all of the other letters have. Okay, here's what we have, but obviously the shape in the background is now wrong, so I'm gonna just go ahead and try to recreate it, but with the new letters using the pen tool. Okay, we finally got that done. Now I need to add in the part that looks like the New Year's ball and then change up the blend settings so that it looks a little bit prettier. I found this bare sucker stick online, and now the last step is going to be to bring everything in that we just created, and here's the final result.
Honestly, this one was much harder to pull off than I thought, but the end result is exactly what I was envisioning in my head. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments.